New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year.
We are excited for another year, and I wanted to thank you for a good year last year. We continue to grow. I must say our growth as a company was not double digits like it's been previous years. Things are changing in the world, but we had good growth, especially in some markets where we're relatively new, and we did some different things last year. We hired a PR person, which we haven't had in years, and I think that was damaging to us because now we're starting to get mentions in consumer and trade as well, and we'll do some small advertising this year. As you know, Suddzfx was one of the awarded in one of the categories at by Launchpad Reader's Choice Awards as a product. We'll talk a little more about that. And you know, I was before I get started on some of the things that you could probably figure out on your own, like emotions. I do want to ask a question. And we were having a discussion last night about some of the things that are making it challenging for the salon industry. And I had never been into an Ulta until last week. I was buying some product for product research. And I went in there and I almost avoid them because of what they do to all of us, right? But my daughters, when they heard Ulta was coming to town, and I live in a smaller town, so now I'm third or fourth tier market. When they heard Ulta was coming to town, they were doing backflips. And I thought, wow, have some mercy on your pops here, you know? So I went in there to get some product, and I was impressed. They had 4 stylists, really nice looking operation, a lot of product, which didn't make me happy. But then I saw that they had cologne, and they had some things that I thought I could only buy a full kit online, you know, the Inch foundation for my wife and different things. So I see the lure. I see the lure, but we're up against that. And one of the things that happens with stylists, especially the independents, which we're inundated with here, is that they've never really had to manage retail, and they're getting discouraged about the internet and Ulta. And what they fail to do is inform their clients that retail is important. Please support me. So you have these people coming to them for 10, 20, 30 years who love the way they make them look in the mirror every day when they go to work. They'll follow them everywhere from salon to salon, and the stylists don't leverage that and ask, could you please buy your retail from me? Because if I'm checking bags at Publix next week, who's going to do your hair? And just ask them. They actually think they're impressing the stylists when they go, hey, look what I can get it for.
Make the offer.
You know, let them know. Tell your stylists to let them know. They have leverage on the most important thing about this person, their hair. So it's the biggest touch in their image. So you know, we need to let stylists know that they need to at least let their clients know. And it may be something you want to do as a distributor, as a salon center. We care about you. And on the back of that it says, you know, clients, you support me by buying your retail from me, keep my small business intact and whatever. Continue to support me by letting me recommend your retail. If that works for you. It might be something you could do, or we could do as a company even. And because that message has not been out there. And we did this in the 80s, the late 80s and 90s when retail was new. We had to pound that message, right? Remember that? We've forgotten about it because retail got off to a certain level. And that's why there are Ultas. Because we did the right thing and stylists built these brands up. Now with that said, you know that we're not an Ulta. Okay? We're one of the few companies that aren't. Now, I was just talking to Arias on the phone outside, and he reminded me and asked me to say that in 2004, Ulta came with a $400,000 check. That was the first time it came to Sudz, and he said no. And he was tempted. He was trying to grow the line, he was trying to get into some new packaging, but he said no, and he's glad. But it's something we need to talk about, because it's one of the differentiators out there in stylist minds right now. It's a hot button. As a matter of fact, you'll see on our literature, sulfate-free, paraben-free, and Ulta-free. Okay, it's on every one of these, and it has been for a year.
And you hit it on the head. If it's in Ulta, there's some people that are so pissed. I mean, they go like this. I'm not even looking.
And then they go, well, you guys are going to be in there in a month anyways. No, we've been out 14 years now, We have not had one bottle spent one night on a grocery store or drugstore, and we turned down Ulta, and it hurts. But we did it for you, Miss Stylist, Mr. Stylist, and remind them. And we do say that loud and proud, and because we're in a small group of ethical companies. So we don't want to go to Ulta. It'd be easier. I'd have one stop.
And you can shop for your wife, too.
I can shop, no, I mean go to their corporate office.
So Henry would have.
It's a lot colder there in Minnesota, but I'd rather come here and work with you, okay? So we need to teach the independent stylist. Now, I said I was going to go on a rant in my office, wear a tie and the whole thing, and talk about this, and send the video to Rich, he's going to post it, so. And I'm going to have some educators also talk about what retail does for their business. One of our lead educators just moved into a suites. She said, Henry, I had a bad week last week. I only purchased $500 from a distributor. She carries Sudds in their color line. She was apologizing to me. So she has some things to say, so I want to get her on tape too when they come in for training in March. So with that said, keeping up with the Joneses, we have had a price increase. We raised our prices 25% this year.
All right.
What do you think of that?
It's great. More money for them.
No, we raised them 5%. That's a lot easier, right? Mainly shampoo and conditioners. Now, in the prestige category, for instance, shampoos, and when I go in salons detailing, we're often compared to Aveda as far as category and pricing. Aveda, Pureology, Kevin Murphy, Label N.
And I like it.
8-ounce bottle, $30. We went up to $24 for a 10-ounce bottle. We went up to $24 for a 10-ounce bottle. We get increases every month on raw ingredients and everything. So every 2 years, we implement the smallest price increase we can get away with. So we can continue to print these and those and all that. But we still keep our positioning as being the most value for any prestige level performance brand. Okay, we keep our position as being the best value. Once again, all those companies that are competitors to ours were serious stylists and higher-end salons and higher-end independents. We are the best value, and you need to point that out. Yes, it's less than the price of 4 retail models. And we lose money on the gallons for one reason. It's a good old-fashioned method of letting stylists use the product on every single client, and that's direct advertising. That's direct advertising to that salon. So we put that money in Allure magazine, those people aren't necessarily going to our doors. So it's a good old-fashioned way, and I want you to know that that gallon price, that's almost 50% off. That's a price of a Pureology half gallon. I think it's $20 less. They're $64. So you guys have got to know this about us. It's a key point, and you got to point it out because stylists are worried about what? Independent stylists they had to become legit. They can no longer skate underneath of someone else's ownership. They are in business, and they file taxes, and they're becoming business people, which is the good thing of all of these suites. I call them micro salons, because that's what they are. They're micro salons. That's the good thing. They need help, so who's going to help them? You are. Do you want your competitor, DSC, to be their resource? You guys are smart, and you need to leverage your intellect and your experience. Everybody in here is experienced.
That's for sure.
Right? So you need to leverage that. Anyways, we're phasing into these colors for shampoo, conditioning, and styling. You might notice some bottles already, I
You
hope.
pass those around.
Really?
Very
Neat.
And we got rid of the soft touch, and I gotta tell you, with that sexy shape on this bottle, it really reflects and shows the contour. They don't look like men anymore, they look like women. I just saw a friend of mine, he's a Lonza distributor, he posted their rewards program. Buy $1,200 in a year, and you get this. Buy $1,600 in a year, and get this. Buy $1,800 in a year, and get this. Buy $2,400, and get all this stuff.
Gotta wait a year.
Gotta wait a year. Are you kidding me? Stylists have ADD like I do. So it's really hard to attain and keep focus. Most of the programs are, you have to hit 3 good months in a row. Like Kevin Murphy, you hit 3 months in a row at $500, and you get some really nice rewards. Do you often have 3 good months in your season here? Your season goes like this, right? Okay, so we want it to be month to month. We reward you immediately. Have a good month, get a reward. July, August, September, have a good month, get a reward. January slow. February, have a great month, you get a reward. It's instant with us.
Percentages good too.
So now, we've always had this, salon and spas, buy $500, and you get to choose what to spend off that special menu. 70% of independent styles will be in suites. But that's the world, and believe it or not, there's a couple of places where it's illegal. Like my distributor in New Jersey, he goes, Henry, why do you keep talking about this suites? I don't live that world. Yeah, you're the last one. Ohio just changed, and it's changing fast. I wanted to come out with something for them, so I came out with, took me 2 years to convince Arias, but we move really fast. So buy $250 as an independent, and you get 10%, and that's this sheet.
What if they're not in a suite, but they're independent?
Well, just don't tell anybody. They can buy liters. So on the salon, if you purchase $600, you got $60 to play with. You can get 2 gallons, a gallon of shampoo and a gallon each month. I consider ourselves a standard in hair color care. I'll tell you why. Jim Markham and Arias, the owner of Sudz, Jim Markham, the owner of the world, friends and colleagues, both developing sulfate-free technology in the year 2000. They're talking, God, I can't get it to lather. Going on and on, I can't get it to lather. Going on with this. This is going to be the next big thing in the industry, right? And then, all of a sudden, Jim comes out with his. He uses a coconut-derived surfactant, which lathers okay. And every other company uses that now, still. But if, anywhere where there's hard water, if you're in the outskirts of a town, but they don't like that, it's hard to get that to lather. Well, Arias chose a skincare grade surfactant that is probably triple, quadruple the price as the raw ingredient, but it lathers like crazy. And it makes the first impression of Sudz great. People use their shampoo, and stylists can tell them, just use that amount at first. It's a good starting point. Or whatever, half the amount of what we normally use. And when that is true, it gets the stylist trust. The consumer understands why it's $24, and everybody's happy. So the sulfate-free story really was our roots, and it used to be the only thing we had. So we use skincare-grade surfactants. We were one of the innovators of sulfate-free technology, and our cleansers provide luxurious lather and gentle cleansing. And the next important thing, again, is the effectual lights, which I just explained. Triple action thread. Inside, the outside, and the moisture level are repaired and fixed. Then we have the Suddzfx complex. The Suddzfx complex is a complex that's in our shampoo, conditioners, and styling products that seals in the color in hair. Not to be confused with the product we have called Suddzfx as well, which is our leave-in, which has a very strong dose of the Suddzfx complex. And then we have safe technology, meaning we have no carcinogens in our products. I looked at that pre-shampoo conditioner from, what's it called? That gal and Friends. Living Proof? Living Proof?
Yeah.
Second ingredient, glycol. That's on the bad list, isn't it? So, no carcinogens in our products, safe technology, and high performance styling.